night in the middle of praying. I was like going into these things about the devil and removing the enemy and, setting us apart. And God was telling me not to focus on that. And this I want to call averted, because when God tested Abraham and told him to take his only son, whom he loved, Isaac, to be sacrificed as a burnt offering, it's almost as if that, like, don't focus on the things that you think about as a person. Have my ways and have my thoughts and think on the things that I've told you to think on. When he gave him the directions, take your son whom you love to the land of Moriah, offer him as a burnt offering on one of the mountains. But he also gave him another instruction. He said, which I will show you, which means we're going to talk again, which means we're going to meet again. When God gives you detailed instructions, most of the time is for you to go with forth. And as you go with forth, there's more instructions, or he will lead you along the way, or things may happen along the way. In some circumstances, it's almost as if, like, if he only wants him to offer his son, you got to look at Job's situation. He lost everything, his children, and just everything. So it's just like, in this circumstance, if God tells me to do something, I'm going to do it, because the situation could be worse. So Abraham takes Isaac and they go up to this mountain. God leads them along the way. You have to do your part when God tells you to do something and you're having to go with forth and wait on the next thing. Asking him to remove the thorn. Asking him to remove the enemy. Asking him to remove the bad circumstance. So that woman, that man, that ugly look, or that brokenness, or that brokenness, that bad, ugly spirit. Don't ask him to remove that stuff. Ask him what you want me to do next, Lord. Because sometimes in the next of that process is removing those things that you had a problem with. Because as he went forth, as he went on that mountain, God provided a ram in the thicket. So God will provide. That's why he changed that situation till God will provide. Because in the moment, you have to prophesy to your situation. See, Isaac asked Abraham in the middle of the process. He said to his son, and this is where God changes things. See, easily Abraham could have said that it's you. He could have answered you and kept going. You know how your kids actually tell me, you turn into mom brain? You. But instead he's like, oh, we have the fire. We have the wood. Where's the lamb? He could have easily said you. But he provided provision. He started speaking into his situation. God himself will provide the lamb for the burnt offering, my son. He knew who the burnt offering was. He could have easily told his son exactly who he was. But instead, he prophesied and spoke over his situation. And in that moment, God provided the ram in the thicket, caught by its horns, in the place that we now call God will provide. Because in those moments, or the Lord will provide, in those moments, in those situations where you're looking for God to remove the thorn, remove the person, remove the enemy, remove Satan, remove the issue or the circumstance, he's just going to provide in the middle of that situation. Sometimes those situations and circumstances are going to still stay there, Job. You have to understand and know that he will provide. He received double at the end. So those stories and situations and circumstances in the Bible are saying that, yeah, the thorn is still there. Yeah, this is still happening. But God provided out of my circumstances, my situation, because I did what he told me to do, because I followed detailed instructions, have his ways and his thoughts. And that's what he's telling me. You don't have my ways and my thoughts. When you sit here and focus on, you came to praise and worship and pray to me. Why are you talking to me about a devil and Satan, an adversary, and this and that? Talk to me about me and what I can do. When you start prophesying, speaking over your situation, you'll see that the thorn is no longer a thorn in your situation. It's just a process along the steps in the way in which God told you to go in the first place. Averted. Sometimes situations are averted. He tells you to go somewhere and then it happens and it's averted. So just pray, God, avert this situation. Or matter of fact, allow me to go through this situation. And you handle things accordingly how you can, because you are God and you are God alone. Much love. Be blessed. God's love.